Hey guys, it's Daisy here. We're back again with another full makeup tutorial. So today I'll be glamming up my client for her birthday. This particular day was her birthday and I did her makeup for her birthday dinner. So just come with me through the process. During this video I will be telling you what I did, how I did it, and you can also see, you'll also watch while I'm explaining. So the first thing I did was to clean her face, as you saw in the video, and I applied the hydrating spray. Now I'm just blending in the moisturizer because hydration is very important to get a flawless makeup finish. So now I'm applying my primer. This primer is from Cosmetics. It's the Aqua Grip primer. I love to use this primer because it's not too matte. It just gives the natural matte finish. There are some primers that make the client's face look too cakey and too dry. This is not one of them. I highly recommend. So yeah, I'm just tapping in the primer to her face. After which I would go ahead to apply the sweat and oil block. Well, I asked my clients before the makeup if she sweats a lot or if she has an oily skin. She doesn't really sweat a lot and she doesn't really have an oily skin, but I still use that just to be on the safe side. So after doing the skin prep, I am now applying the foundation. It's looking flawless because of course the hydration was just enough. If you know how to use the right product, you will get the best results. Here I'm just applying the foundation and blending it properly into her skin. Remember, while blending, you only just dab or tap. You don't drag the beauty blender or brush or whatever you're using to blend the foundation into the skin. You just tap. Now I'm applying concealer to under her eyes. I usually use maybe 2 shades lighter than the foundation shade to give the perfect highlight for under the eyes and the places that need to be highlighted. I'm also applying a darker shade of concealer too, just so I can blend the light shade into it and it doesn't look too harsh or too light. So I just blend it into that darker shade of concealer so it also blends with the foundation on her face. This is not a must, not everyone does this. I just prefer to do this sometimes. After blending the concealer properly into her skin, I'm just going in with the compact powder to set her face. And now I'm doing her face contour. So I'm using a powder that's darker than her normal skin tone, like maybe a shade or 2 shades darker than her normal skin tone, to do the contour on her face, her forehead, her cheekbone. I'm also doing the nose contour with the same shade of powder that I used for her cheekbone and forehead contour. See how snatched the nose looks already. This is one of my favorite parts of makeup, applying blush. I just love the effect and the color it brings to the skin. It just makes everything better. So make sure to blush it. So it's time to do the eyebrow, and as usual I'm just outlining her brows using my brow gel from Hair Guy and Esther. If you've been following my videos on this channel, you hear me talk about Hair Guy and Esther eyebrow gel a lot because it's my favorite. I don't use pencils, so that's what I use to outline the brows and fill it up. So after outlining and filling up the brows, I'm just using a concealer to clean it up, or more like conceal the brows. After that, make sure to blend because it's very important. You don't want to leave any harsh lines or have your makeup looking dirty. I'm saying dirty because when you don't blend your product into the skin properly, it gives this rough and dirty look at the end, and we don't want that. We don't do that over here. So I'm just concealing the top of the brows. This is optional. It depends on how you draw your brows. You may want to conceal the top or not. So yeah. So for the eyeshadow, I'm applying an eyeshadow base, or you can call it an eyeshadow primer or an eyeshadow base. Applying that first, and I make sure to blend it properly before I start to apply my eyeshadow. And for this eyeshadow look, I didn't really have anything in mind. I just picked up my eyeshadow palette and I just chose any color. My client already told me that she wanted something just simple and beautiful, so I picked up my eyeshadow palette and I went with the flow. Yeah, so I used a nude shade. The nude has a bit of yellow, very light yellow. Then I used a brown shade as my transition color. So I'm just blending the colors into each other properly. And here my clients was just checking out the makeup so far. So here I'm using a light shade of powder to blend the eyeshadow with the concealer I used to clean up the brows. Then I fixed the eyelashes. My client requested for a very simple and short type of eyelash, and that was exactly what I gave her. For these lips, my client already showed me a picture of what she wanted, showed me the picture from my page, and she asked that I replicate the exact same lips for her, so it was pretty easy. And for these lips, I applied a nude shade first, then I applied a pink lip stain. Then now I'm lining with a brown shade. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure to do so while you're watching this video. And also turn on post notifications so that when next I post a video, you will be the first to see it. So I'm applying a very light shade of pink. Yeah, it's a lip gloss actually, so I'm applying that to the lips. Also applying a transparent lip gloss to the upper part of the lip because I want it to maintain its brown color. So I'm just doing the finishing touches, dusting off the setting powder, applying more blush to her face. So what I'm doing here is a setting spray technique I like to do sometimes, where I apply it on the beauty blender and just dab it onto the skin. That way I'm sure that it gets into the skin properly and it touches every part of her face. So this is just me applying highlighter because, you know, we have to put in that extra glow. It was an evening event, so that glow was very important. I And yes, I still applied the setting spray to her face even after the other technique I did. This is optional, but after applying the setting spray, I still make sure to dab it in with my beauty blender and let it dry and sink into the skin. So here's the final look. Tell me what you think in the comment section. My client kept taking selfies because of course she loved her makeup. So guys, please make sure to like, share and subscribe, and also turn on post notifications. Thank you for watching. Bye.